I don't have a topic today, and oh my god, sometimes I prefer that. Anyway, it's just a good, nice, warm October day. I don't know why it still feels like summer. I guess there's a little cool breeze, but it's still a pretty warm October day. Oh, now I know what I'm going to talk about. Hi. Why are you heavy breathing into my camera? There you go. Let me fix it. 1 second. I wanted to talk about how do you say it? Thunberg or Thunberg? Greta Thunberg. Greta Thunberg, however you say that. What are your opinions on somebody using their very much high privilege? Do you love my hair today? The crossing guard said she loves my hair. Using her privilege that she is aware of to direct attention to the genocide in Palestine. What are your thoughts about that? Because when I don't see a lot of reporting on this, which I think is fucking fascinating. And I don't see everything, but I try to put myself in. Can you stop chewing like that? That's so gross. So gross. Why are we like this? You're mostly eating mud. Why do you like this? Anyway, stop. It's so gross. Stop chewing. Stop. She was scratching her ears, not chewing her ears. I'm tired. Anyway, thank you, Mommy. So I haven't seen a lot of reporting on this. I see it mostly on Reddit. I know she's posting it on, it's being reported on TikTok too. I just haven't been spending as much time on TikTok lately. But, like Facebook, I don't see any talk about what she's doing with the flotilla of 50 some odd. I think it's 50 ships that, sorry, are carrying people from all over Europe representing multiple different nations, civilian ships approaching Israel and Palestine, approaching the blockade and trying to bring aid. That's why they have all these ships. It's ships full of food and stuff for literally the children, the dying and starving children of Palestine. And it honestly does not matter to me what your politics are or what you think about Israel or what you think about Hamas. I mean, I think I personally believe we should all agree that children should never be the casualties of war. And yet so often are. And what this is doing is she's bringing, because she has a lot of attention, because she got a lot of attention in her early teens as a climate change activist, and she has been open about being autistic, and she's brilliant and honestly super well spoken. She's not a child anymore. She's a young adult, and she comes from a wealthy family, and she acknowledges the place of privilege that she comes from. She's what globally would be considered white. I mean, that's white is a whitewashing of a bunch of different cultures across Europe. But so she, I mean, openly acknowledges her privilege and then uses her international fame or infamy, depending on who you ask, to, oh my lord, to bring awareness. Yes, Miss Athena has allergy bites on her tummy because we don't spend as much time on grass because she's allergic to it. But anyway, that she's using the fame that she got, or the infamy that she got, to bring attention to this flotilla of civilian ships, so that if Israel attacks them, it becomes national news. In my opinion, and from what I've seen, she knows that if she dies, she'll become a martyr. And the funny thing is when you go into the comment section, you see a lot of people accusing her of just doing this for attention. And it's like, yes, she is doing it for attention. What do you think? What did you think she was doing this for? She's trying to bring attention to the genocide in Palestine and to the harm that is being caused to children. But they're accusing her of doing it for performative reasons. And I highly recommend you go and check it out. Because the reality is, people with privilege must use their privileged positions to enact change. It's either that or violent revolution. That's how we get change to happen. And we don't want the violence anymore. The vast majority of the human species becomes increasingly non-violent as we evolve. And I look at these kids playing at recess at this school that's down the street from my house. And I can't imagine I've worked with kids for a very long time. And I'm not a mom. I'm not a dad. I'm not a parent. I am an auntie. And I taught children for many years, and I have loved thousands of children. And stop, please. You gross me out. I have misophonia. I can't stand mouth sounds. That's real. Anyway. Hold on. Anyway. I can't imagine how horrible it is to be the adults in Palestine and not being able to protect these kids. Because I had to make a decision long ago that I would take a bullet for children. That I would stand up for children. That I would defend them. And I can't do anything about it. I don't have the same privilege that Greta has. I don't have enough money to pay my rent next month. This month. It's already October. I literally don't have the capacity to do what she's doing. But what I can do is tell you about it and tell you to go look it up and become aware. Anyway, my privilege is my education. My privilege is my white skin. My privilege is my large body, my big muscles, and the relative safety that I get to enjoy because of that. My privilege is my loud voice. My privilege is my complete lack of anxiety regarding dealing with people. And it's not a complete lack, it's just much less than other people. My privilege is my years and years of experience doing what I do. And I have other things that are not privileges. I grew up in poverty. I'm currently living in poverty. I've never escaped poverty. I've never been truly middle class. My parents were after I was an adult, but they never provided for me, and the husbands that I lived with never shared their middle class wealth with me. I was financially not supported by the men that I've lived with. I have been poor this whole fucking time. I have debt. I have negative money. I have so much debt, unless something significantly different happens in my life, financially speaking, I probably never escape it. I have got tens of thousands of dollars of student loan debt so I could get my degrees. I have credit card debt that I had to incur because my ex-husband spent all my money on cars and things for himself. So I had to get into debt for other things. I have debt because the schools that I worked at with my degrees never paid me enough to, be able to afford new tires for my car and pay for my own tuition and live and afford vet bills and things like that. Poverty is a very expensive way to live. And so if somebody who has wealth and the means to organize and the notoriety, the celebrity to make this fucking happen, to organize this rescue mission, and then they go and do it, that's what I would do if I had the money. I know, because I had money for half a second, cashed out a 401k, and won some money in my most recent divorce, which was nice. I ran out of it because I shared it with other people. I took care of other people who didn't have anything either, who had less than me. I know what I would do with money. I practice what I preach, to the point where I didn't pay off debts. I rescued a friend from a hurricane, and I helped somebody pay their bills, and etc. I know what I do with money because I don't like money. I like having freedom. I like having the ability to help people. I like having clothes that I like, and food that I like, and a place to live that I like. And I like having access to education. I don't like money. I don't think we need it. But as of right now, we do, because we don't know how to function without it. We've had it for too many thousands of years. Only a few thousand years. Like, seriously, look it up. Money's not actually that old. And we didn't used to need it. We used to be much better at sharing. And I think we're on our way there again. I think we're on our way. And I think it's because people like Dolly Parton set up scholarships for children to have books straight out of the hospital, right after they're born, just as newborns, so they can sign up and have books delivered to them for, I forget how long, but because literacy is a problem in a lot of households because of a lack of access. Because people like Greta Thunberg, or Thunberg, please correct me on this pronunciation, uses her wealth and privileged place in being known in the world to organize sending food to children who are dying without it. And the war is against those who refuse to share. It's an ideological war. Listen to my video from yesterday. I say listen because it was dark outside, so you can't hardly see me. But I talk about the ideological war that was the Cold War. We're in a Cold War right now for the soul of humanity. And it looks worse than it is, I think. Good people are slowly turning the tide. And I don't do good and evil per se in my own morality code, but I use it because that's what other people understand. I think humans, I think it's harm versus healing is what I prefer to use. And the healing, the people focused on healing the species and learning to share and build community and hashtag village economics and all that, are turning the tide of this ideological war. And just like in the Cold War, there are literal fatalities. There is absolutely death. There is absolutely brutality. There is absolutely real war going on. But we haven't had a full-blown civil war yet. And we might. It's possible. Chester wants to go. Just a minute, buddy. So I'll leave it at this. I think we can avoid it. I think we need to win over hearts and minds in this ideological war. I think we need to continue having conversations instead of debates. I think debates are useless. I think debates focus on who's right and who's wrong rather than reaching understanding. And we need understanding right now. No, there's dogs coming, that's why. Hold on. Come here, come here. Come here, it's okay. Come here, it's okay. It's okay. Hold on. He was protecting everybody from the other dogs. Anyway. So, that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to have some conversations with people so we can come to understanding. Because I understand the people who disagree with me far more than they tend to understand me. And that's because the people who disagree with me aren't on the same page of this empathy conversation. And I think we could get there because I started where a lot of them did. I started as somebody who believed in debates. And this is what a debate is like. Talking to a butt. You're fine, buddy. I know. You're all right. They're just sweet dogs. Don't worry about it. Come here. You're okay. You're a silly boy. And just like Chester yelling at those dogs he does not know for no reason other than he does not like, I don't know. I have no idea what makes a dog not like another dog. Maybe he wants to play with them, but I think... Hey, enough, Athena. She just jumped on him. And that is actually what happens. It's a very dog-like behavior. They amp each other up and then they tear into each other. And really, if you look at the degressive, regressive parties, groups, they are imploding. They are going after each other's throats. They can't survive in nature. This kind of de-evolved way of living can't survive. And nature abhors a vacuum, and money is a vacuum, and resource hoarding creates vacuums, and vacuums must be filled. Anyway, that's enough about that. It's time for us to keep going. So yeah, what would you do if you had all the money in the world, if you had access to the hearts and minds of other people? What would you do? As for me, I've been slowly building community awareness of me, making friends in this town that I live in, and I'm going to use it to get into politics. I don't have a lot of fame. I'm a little bit known in this town because of the band that I'm in. I'm just like a little bit known. And I intend to use it. I have to get my shit together. I need to be able to pay my rent consistently. I need to be able to provide for my dogs if there's an emergency. I need to not be 100% on survival mode before I can reach out. But I have been growing my sphere of influence. I intend to keep it growing. So I practice what I preach. I'm doing what I can with what I have. What are you doing? What are you preaching? What do you believe in? And are you living what you believe? Let me know. I want to hear from you. Talk to you later.